You stand in the presence of Daenerys Stormborn of House Targaryen, rightful heir to the Iron Throne, rightful Queen of the Andals and the First Men, protector of the Seven Kingdoms, the Mother of Dragons, the Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea, the Unburnt, the Breaker of Chains.
This is Jon Snow. He's king in the north.
Thank you for traveling so far, my lord. I hope the seas weren't too rough.
The winds were kind, Your Grace.
Apologies. I have a flea-bottom accent, I know. But Jon Snow is king in the north, Your Grace. He's not a lord.
Forgive me.
Your Grace, this is Sir Davos Seaworth.
Forgive me, Sir Davos. I never did receive a formal education, but I could have sworn I read the last king in the north was Thorin Stark, who bent the knee to my ancestor Aegon Targaryen in exchange for his life and the lives of the Northmen. Thorin Stark were fealty to House Targaryen in perpetuity, or do I have my facts wrong?
I wasn't there, Your Grace.
No, of course not. But still, an oath is an oath. And perpetuity means, what does perpetuity mean, Lord Tyrone?
Forever.
Forever. So I assume, my lord, you're here to bend the knee?
I am not.
Oh? Well, that is unfortunate. You've traveled all this way to break faith with House Targaryen?
Break faith? Your father burnt my grandfather alive. He burnt my uncle alive. He would have burned the Seven Kingdoms.
My father was an evil man. On behalf of House Targaryen, I ask your forgiveness for the crimes he committed against your family. And I ask you not to judge a daughter by the sins of her father. Our two houses were allies for centuries, and those were the best centuries the Seven Kingdoms have ever known. Centuries of peace and prosperity. With a Targaryen sitting on the Iron Throne and a Stark serving as Warden of the North. I am the last Targaryen, Jon Snow. Honor the pledge your ancestor made to mine, bend the knee, and I will name you Warden of the North. Together we will serve this country from those who destroy it.
You're right. You're not guilty of your father's crimes. And I'm not beholden to my ancestors' vows.
Then why are you here?
Because I need your help. And you need mine.
Did you see 3 dragons flying overhead when you arrived?
I did.
And did you see the Dothraki, all of whom have sworn to kill for me?
They're hard to miss.
But still, I need your help.
Not to defeat Cersei. You could storm King's Landing tomorrow and the city would fall. Hell, we almost took it and we didn't even have dragons.
Almost.
But you haven't. Storm King Land didn't. Why not? The only reasons I can see is that you don't want to kill thousands of innocent people. It's the fastest way to win the war, but you won't do it. Which means, at the very least, you're better than Cersei.
Still, that doesn't explain why I need your help.
Because right now, you and I and Cersei and everyone else, we're children playing at a game, screaming that the rules aren't fair.
You told me you liked this man.
I do.
In the time since he's met me, he's refused to call me queen, he's refused to bow, and now he's calling me a child.
I believe he's calling all of us children. Figure of speech.
Your Grace, everyone you will know will die before winter's over, and if we don't defeat the enemy to the north...
As far as I can see, you are the enemy of the north.
I am not your enemy. The dead are the enemy.
The dead? Is that another figure of speech?
The army of the dead is on the march.
The army of the dead.
You don't know me well, my lord. Do you think I'm a liar? Or a madman?
No, I don't think you're either of those things.
The army of the dead is real. The White Walkers are real. The Night King is real. I've seen them. If they get past the wall and we're squabbling amongst ourselves, we're finished.
I was born at Dragonstone. Not that I can remember it. We fled before Robert's assassins could find us. Robert was your father's best friend. No? I wonder if your father knew his best friend sent assassin to murder a baby girl in her crib. Not that it matters now, of course. I spent my life in foreign lands. So many men have tried to kill me. I don't remember all their names. I have been sold like a broodmare. I've been chained and betrayed, raped and defiled. Do you know what kept me standing through all those years in exile? Faith. Not in any gods, not in myths and legends. In myself. In Daenerys Targaryen. The world hadn't seen a dragon in centuries until my children were born. The Dothraki hadn't crossed the sea, any sea. They did it for me. I was born to rule the 7 kingdoms, and I will.
You'll be ruling over a graveyard if we don't defeat the Night King.
The war against my sister has already begun. You can't expect us to halt hostilities and join you in fighting whatever you saw beyond the wall.
You don't believe him. I understand that. It sounds like nonsense. But if destiny has brought Daenerys Targaryen back to our shores, it has also made Jon Snow king in the north. You were the first to bring Dothraki to Westeros. He is the first to make allies of wildlings and Northmen. He was named Lord Commander of the Night's Watch. He was named king in the north. Not because of his birthright. He has no birthright. He's a damn bastard. All those hard sons of bitches chose him as their leader because they believe in him. All those things you don't believe in, he faced those things. He fought those things for the good of his people. He risked his life for his people. He took a knife in the heart for his people. He gave his own... If we don't put aside our enmities and band together, we will die. And then it doesn't matter whose skeleton sits on the Iron Throne.
If it doesn't matter, then you might as well kneel. Swear your allegiance to Queen Daenerys, help her to defeat my sister, and together our armies will protect the North.
There's no time for that. There's no time for any of this while we stand here debating.
It takes no time to bend the knee. Pledge your sword to her cause.
And why would I do that? I mean, no offense, Your Grace, but I don't know you. So far I can tell your claim to the throne rests entirely on your father's name. And my own father fought to overthrow the Mad King. The Lords of the North placed their trust in me to lead them, and I will continue to do so as well as I can.
That's fair. It's also fair to point out that I am the rightful queen of the 7 kingdoms. By declaring yourself king of the Northmost kingdom, you are the open rebellion.